Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of our online interview series here at Commodity TV. And yeah, long time no see, but now today we have Alan Pangbourne here, the CEO of Chesapeake Gold. Hey, good morning to Canada. How are you, Alan?
Good morning, Jochen. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. All good, aside from the things happening still 3,000 kilometers away from us, but it is what it is, and we have to move on. So let's talk about your wonderful company, Chesapeake Gold. It has been a while. We were talking, and I think you worked a lot, let's say, behind the scenes, but also you did a drill program here. And the first, I think, 13 holes are done so far from 21, if I got that correct. And you had 10% higher grades encountered in your intrusive mineralization at Metates. Please comment on that. That's a great thing, I would say.
Yeah, look, we're really excited because obviously whenever you're drilling, the results can go either way. But we were quite confident. As you know, we drilled 5 holes last year, early in the year, and it showed that the higher grade core that we thought was there was there, and it was much higher grade than we originally anticipated. And so we planned to do a 16-hole program. We got 5 of them done last year and got the lab results back early this year, and the rest are ongoing at the moment. But the 5 results we got back support that thesis. Wasn't quite 20%, 10%, but it all adds up. If you've got 20% in the first 5, you've got 10% in the next 5. We don't know what's in the next 11 that are still to come, and we're working diligently on those. We expect to have that drilling finished by the end of this month. And so results should come out sometime in April, because we're submitting holes as we finish them. So it'll just be the last hole that we'll be waiting for. But that's all great. It all adds to the bottom line. The one thing about grade and in the high grade zone, rule number 1 in mining, mine the high grade. Rule number 2, if confused, go back to rule number 1, right? And so having a 10-20% increase in grade at the beginning of the mine plan is tremendous. It has a huge impact on the economics because you're putting higher grade in at the beginning. You couldn't ask for something better. Well, you could ask for 30% or 40% increase in grade, but I'll take 20.
Oh, absolutely. Me too. That is for sure. Yeah, but what do you think finally? Let's assume really all those holes will come up, let's say, with an average of 10%. I know forward-looking statement for the regulators, but just assuming hypothetically, how do you think this could change the PEA and, let's say, the overall status?
Well, it takes that, call it 0.1 grams a ton, right? Yeah, and at today's gold prices, it's what, $60+ a gram, right? So it's $6-7 a ton, 15,000 tons a day, straight to the bottom line, because it doesn't cost me any more. I move the same ton, I crush the same ton, I oxidize, I leach the same ton. So operating costs stay the same, but the revenue line goes up by 10%. It's that simple. Yeah. So it'll have a massive impact. IRR, MPV. Yeah, we had an MPV on the PEA of $1.4 billion. Increase the revenue by 10%. It's got to be at least 10% on that.
That's right.
So it's another $150, $200 million, I would guess. And that is a guess. That is a forward-looking statement. Right?
That's for sure. Yeah.
We've got a lot of things that we're doing and need to finish before we can come out with an updated PFS. And we expect to do that by the end of the year.
This year?
In between, hopefully this year, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
The reason that the PEA was a PEA, not a PFS, was one very simple reason. We didn't have enough metallurgical test work on recent ore to support the metallurgical assumptions in the PEA. So it was an assumption. There was very little data apart from some intelligent guessing around what those recoveries should be. We've been working diligently. The investors have seen a presentation in December that had the 4 pictures. That was one column taken over 4 different time frames that clearly show that the rock under the conditions we put it, will oxidize.
Mm-hmm.
We've now got 16 columns running in the lab under different conditions, 2 different samples, the intrusive and the intrusive breccia, and
Mm-hmm.
those entire 16 columns are focused on supporting the assumption, the one assumption that stopped
Mm-hmm.
it being a PFS in the PEA. So once I get those results,
Mm-hmm.
I can redo the PFS. We'll also incorporate all of the new drilling results, so 21 holes in total.
Mm-hmm.
They will go in, which will influence the high-grade core, and will produce an updated PFS end of the year.
Mm-hmm. So that's probably the major milestone for this year, I would say.
I'd actually say the test results are the most important thing this year,
Mm-hmm.
because it will be the first time that we'll be able to put out some information with all the details behind the test, the graph, what oxidation do I need to get what gold recovery, gold and
Mm-hmm.
silver recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, Jochen, in a lot of ways, we're an exploration story without having to find the ore body. And the reason I say that is our exploration or discovery is what conditions give me the oxidation I need.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we get those results, that's like my discovery hole.
Mm-hmm.
That's my eureka moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Instead of jumping up and down and screaming, "We found El Dorado" or Escondida or whichever one you wanted to be, we found the magic elixir.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what it will be. We found the magic elixir.
Yeah.
We now can show you it works.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Yeah.
now we have to sprinkle our pixie dust
Mm-hmm.
and work out the other parameters, how coarse, how fine, how
Mm-hmm.
long, how short,
Mm-hmm.
variability across the ore body. That's why we're doing 2 composites at the moment, because the breccia and the intrusive are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're geologically and mineralogically slightly different. Yeah, and so the 16 columns that are running today are primarily focused on one thing: confirm and support the numbers that were in that PEA.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic, great.
That's more important than the PFS.
Absolutely, I'm totally with you. Yeah, because it would show that you can bring out economically the metal of the ore, and that's the only thing what counts.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
The rest of it is support work to produce a study, to get to the point that you can raise money. You can get a construction decision, build it, deliver it, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So what else are you doing or planning for 2022?
So 2022 is really those 16 columns. And then as we finish them, we replace them with others that start looking at those variables. Yeah, if I run higher strengths, longer times, shorter times, what do I get? And then later, late 22 into 2023 and maybe beyond, is variability testing from those 21 holes that we've drilled. As I mentioned, PFS hopefully at the end of the year of 2022. We decided with the board that we've got 4 or 5 regional projects around us in Sinaloa and Durango, and a couple a bit further away in Mexico. And so we're spending a bit of money this year to actually understand what have we got. Yeah, so we're doing some trenching and potentially some investigative drilling on those projects, and we'll do them sequentially, slowly through the year, one by one by one. Once the infill drilling program is completed at site, we'll pull the geologists off of that and put them on that regional exploration. So that should start later this month, towards the end of the month, as the drilling winds down at site. Restart the environmental monitoring. So again, everything we're doing in 2022 is to support that PFS. So apart from the met test work, which is the most important thing by miles, because if that works, we've got a project. If it doesn't, then I've got to go away and have a think. But the other things we need to sort out: power. water, permitting timeline, environmental data to be able to write the environmental impact statement, road, all of those things for the smaller project need to be supported. We need information to support them. So we're having conversations with CFE, who's the power utility company in Mexico. We're having conversations with CONAMA. We're having conversations with all the various different groups that control the water supply. Right? There's a big hydro dam and irrigation water supply downstream from us. Can I get water rights and transfer them back up the hill so I can use the water nearby? All of those sorts of things we're going through. It's all details, but it's got to happen in the background.
Yeah, definitely. You need it.
Yeah. So when you put out that PFS, I can put my hand on my heart and say, yep, I know where I'm getting my water. I know where I'm getting my power. I know what I need to do for the environment.
Yeah, with the PFS, you would be already then in the mode for production decision, I would say, almost, right?
I'm not a big fan of making production decisions on PFSs.
Okay. So still a feasibility has to be done. Okay.
And if we're looking for finance, which we will be, the banks will insist on it. They'll insist on it being World Bank compliant. They'll insist on it for their own due diligence that we produce a feasibility study, and even more so with a new technology that everybody's concerned.
Exactly. Super. Last question: how much money is in the bank? Are you financed for the PFS?
Oh yeah. No, we've got 30 and change in the bank at the moment. We believe that's enough to get us to the end of the feasibility study.
Oh, okay, that's important. Super. So you're not under pressure regarding that, and that's fantastic because it allows you really to do your work without thinking on other things, and then you are attractive for the market.
And that's why you probably haven't heard a lot from us, is because we're just heads down, focused on what we need to do bit by bit. As I get something that's worth talking about, I put it out. It's
super.
I'm not an expert. Unfortunately, I'm not an exploration company. I can't put a drill hole out Monday, Friday every week.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Super, Alan. Thank you very much for the update. That was important. We look forward to the next holes, and also I look forward then to the interview presentation we want to do shortly, then hopefully next week. That would be great to go a bit more into detail and to show the audience a bit more of an overall overview. Great. Super.
Great.
Hey,
Look
all the best. Enjoy the week. Rest of the week. Stay healthy, and thank you very much.
Yep, stay safe. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Alan Pangbourne, the CEO of Chesapeake Gold. And you heard it was a bit quiet, but as Alan said, that they are not a typical exploration company. I mean, they have already such a large resource and a nice PEA, but now to confirm through the metallurgical work, complicated words, when they can confirm that everything is clean and clear and really working, they bring out a PFS at the end of this year. I think there will be a total different share price, and this is then a total different project, because then it is clear after a feasibility study, and important, they have the money to do so, that this project is in the game. So check out Chesapeake Gold. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.